I'll start the streaming because I actually want to start off at this blue screen for reasons.
Gross, blue.
Yeah. But yeah, it seems that the stream is going just fine. I am going to disable it. Well, disable the preview of the stream because whatever. I don't want it to hog up my precious, very little internet connection. And hello, this is my test for the Retrotink, which I actually got just today, just like 20 minutes ago, and I am going to be testing it with Bulk Slash, which is a Sega Saturn game. That's one of those games that constantly switch resolutions, making it very difficult to record.
Why isn't it called bulk witch?
That's probably like a copyrighted name for a sandwich.
It is.
I thought so. So yeah, by this point, most devices would have already turned off at least once, and especially now because this screen is like high resolution, I'm going to lower this a little bit.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's kind of loud.
Can you hear it fine now? Over my
Yeah,
voice?
it's alright.
But yeah, we're gonna let it go for a bit because there is an opening sequence and it is anime as all fuck.
But not as anime as I am.
You know, I mean, you'll see.
This is 90s as hell. Literally just two Gundams.
Right?
Yeah, that was 90s ass anime, like right
Yeah,
there.
like, it doesn't get
Yeah.
more 90s anime than this. It's like, there's just only so much anime that you can put in an anime, and that was it. So
Yeah.
anyway, I have played the shit out of this game already. So I actually have most of everything unlocked. I have most of the waifus unlocked at level 2, one of them at level 3. I only later found out that I didn't actually have to do this, but I did. Well, I don't did it anyway. Uh, I am going to just pick them from a selection instead of showing them off as we go because that's just easier and better. But I will point out where you can find them. So yeah, exit. So yeah, this game is a mech simulator combat dating sim thing, and you have a
Oh,
selection of waifus. The
food's
generic
done. One
one,
sec.
the pop idol one, the princess, the not white one, the military one. Well, actually, no. This one's the thief. This is the one that speaks English sometimes, and the jailbait. Because of course. And you have the option to not use any of them, which, well, in my situation where I have already unlocked all of them, I would not be able to get any. during the playthrough. So, which one do you want to pick? Hello? Hello? Stan? Are you there?
Alright, food acquired.
Ah, sorry.
So what are we doing? Selecting which waifu we want?
Yeah, basically because, because I already unlocked all of them, I can't actually obtain them again. You can only pick up a chick once. Well, actually, you can pick them up multiple times, in fact, so long as you don't finish the game with them. But that's obtusely counterintuitive, because then you never gain the waifu points with them. So yeah.
So it's gotta be one of the ones who are level 2, so the level 3 chick's already out. Sorry to tell you.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, the basic bitch one, who they literally... This is the only one that's not hidden. They're just like, here, have something.
Have a woman.
The very description of the basic bitch waifu. You have the, of course, the pop idol one.
Mm-hmm.
You get the princess, the level 3 one who we cannot take, the one who's doing shady business, the one who speaks English and sometimes says shit whenever you get hit, and the jailbait.
I like that shit one there. That one sounds
fine.
the most fun.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, this one is like super omega broken. I do want to do one playthrough afterwards with her, just to show off how insane she is. But yeah, we're gonna pick her, and you get sort of like a little bit of a Mega Man thing going on, where you can pick several stages right from the bat. And each one, like most of them, are actually quite different. There are a few which are just like defeat everything. But yeah, we're just gonna do them in order. All of them, you will notice, are just like different colors in German, because of course it's 90s anime.
Nobody knows German.
No. So yeah, the controls, I will explain them as we have a little bit of time and no enemies around. You turn around with R and L buttons. You move around as like you strafe with the D-pad, and you move forward and backwards with the D-pad. You jump with the C button, and you shoot with the B button. And what's the most important thing? You transform into a plane with the A button. And the plane is basically the way to play this game, because it has an auto-aim attack.
I just love that it's a universal rule. In like there's a robot that can turn into a plane. You just play as that one and do nothing else.
I mean,
that's how you go.
And the plane also has slightly different controls. Like the basics of moving around are still very similar. You strafe with L and R. Oh, sorry. You strafe with right and left, and you strafe with right and left, and you turn around with the R and L buttons. And you can also change your speeds with the C button. Oh, and if you're wondering, the point of the waifu is that she tells you where the objective is. If you don't have a waifu, there is actually not even going to be the arrow telling you where you need to go.
So the real waifu is the arrow.
Waifu is GPS.
Waifu GPS.
They also tell you like the directions, actually very similarly to how they did it in what was it? The name of that game? Burning Rangers. In Burning Rangers, you also had directions which would only be verbal, however. So actually, Burning Rangers stole it from this game because this came out first.
Yeah.
Also, as a robot, you can pick up different weapons, which you cannot really do as a flying mech. So that's like the one advantage. Also, the bomb that you can shoot with the mech when your gun is fully loaded deals a lot more damage than your than like any single one of your missiles as the jet, but at the same time it's so much easier to play as the jet and like avoid everything. In fact, most bosses are just straight up impossible to fight unless you play as the jet. There is like no way to even inflict damage on them because they just fly. This one would be possible, just very unhandy. Oh, another feature of the waifu, if you have a waifu, then you can also use the tell me where the directions are, sweetheart button, and then she will actually reset the camera towards the boss. Only works that way during a boss fight, because otherwise, well, there would be no point to it. Is there anything else I'm missing? Yeah, the jet can also shoot a machine gun, but the machine gun is like so difficult to aim that it just defeats the whole purpose. And
here we go.
Tempoyo. I was actually hoping that she would be saying those directions in English, but I have learned. Hilariously, I have learned what all of those mean from a Sosei no Aquarian game. That game is trash, by the way.
Just like it's anime.
Fittingly so, yeah. One thing that I didn't mention yet. If you're close to a target, then the robot will pull out a sword, because of course it has a sword. It's 90s anime. Of course it has to have a sword. Oh, and fun thing about the like when you're flying around with a jet, at the moment if you have already like missiles loaded and you disengage, like, you know, turn into the mech, it will actually shoot all of the missiles that you have loaded, which is like so much fun to do, because then you can immediately like start strafing around and get into position and stuff.
Sounds OP.
Yeah, like you are super OP in this game. It's true. But you know, it's you know, that's just kind of what the main characters are in these shows. And if you are to pick up the waifu of this stage, she's right here.
You just abduct waifus.
Oh, and interestingly about the jet, you would think that fastest speed always best. Not the case, actually. It's actually a lot better to have. It's actually a lot better to have like the medium speed or like 75% because it's so much easier to aim and adjust and like strafe around the enemy if you do that.
Speedrunners are scoffing at you right now, Nico.
Well, basically, you boost past the target if you keep using the fastest speed. That's the thing.
Not killing the boss in like 3 seconds.
You know, it's possible in this game, very much so, but I never figure out what the logic is behind it, because sometimes you can just hit the enemy for like so much damage you finish them in 2 hits. And that is actually regardless of difficulty, I noticed, because I first played this game on the easiest difficulty just to sort of get the hang of the controls, because they're a little bit unorthodox. Not that they're bad, they're just not what you expect for having played like modern mech games. But the bosses seem to be the only thing that was not altered, and the way that they do difficulty is actually really fun, because instead of making everything take longer to kill, they instead alter the layouts of enemies, and they alter the amount of enemies.
Huh.
Yeah, so it isn't just like, oh, it's just the same thing, but like I have to hit them twice now instead of once. No, everything just takes generally 1 hit to kill. Oh, and this is, by the way, the most difficult stage in the entire game, for all of the wrong reasons. It's the only stage that I consistently keep dying on without actually, like... It's a mission where you have to, like, you know, protect the target. And
Tower defense.
And like, the thing is, I never really got, like, the logic of what makes them get killed. Like, what's the thing that decides it the most? What's the thing that influences it, and how you can prevent them from getting mauled? Like, of course, them not getting killed, but like what damages them the most? That is the problematic part. I found out that sticking close to it is the best solution, because then the enemies are going to be more likely targeting you than it. But at the same time, I have managed to like go off way, of course, not even be remotely close to the like, you know, to the target, and they would actually get damaged less.
Yeah.
Oh, and one important thing, the enemies are often clustered together, and the game has like this really fun mechanic where there are chain explosions, and they very much encourage you taking advantage of that, because that also gives you a better point multiplier. Also, I should mention that the auto-aiming in this game is like so forgiving. It's kind of ridiculous.
God, it's almost like they wanted this game to be fun or some stupid shit.
Yeah, it is really fun, because like they knew that it was damn near impossible to actually aim properly with these controls, and they do actually compensate with that if you do actually take your time to shoot at something, because your Gatling guns are actually really powerful. It's just very unlikely that you will hit anything. Oh, and I should, since we have time, I should mention a princess is right here, like around this castle. For every waifu, if you get close enough, she will appear on a map with a big pink dot that's different from everything else. Oh, and also, I should mention, this game takes great advantage of how the Saturn does its graphics, because as you can see, like you can see practically the entire map except for like. Did you see that? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Like this is a boss that can very easily end you very quickly, but you can also end it super quick if you get lucky.
You didn't die this time.
Yeah, like I said, it's like I can either put forth a lot of effort and die, and not even try and just beat it fine. It's the one stage which is just like really random. The whole rest is like you can have a lot of control with this. So now we can select stages 4 through 6. All of them are, of course, German colors, as one would expect. So we're just gonna do them in order. This is another gimmick stage. For this one, you gotta instead of it being a like, you know, a mission where you have to protect the target, you have to bring a target over to an area. And you do that by turning into a plane, and the intention is for you to like do it very slowly and methodically. We're not gonna be doing that. We're gonna be like this. And the waifu would be on this ship that we just passed.
Why isn't Bulk Slash and Super Robot Wars?
Right. Like, this so deserves it, because actually, fun fact, people from Red, aka the makers of Sakura Taisen, have actually worked on this game. Not necessarily as like they weren't the developers, but they are mentioned in the credits for as much as I can read in Japanese. Which is not at all, and they're just written as Red Corporation, so that's why I know they're in there.
Right.
But yeah, this mission is relatively easy so long as you memorize the layout of this level, which is not very difficult because the level is very small. But yeah, what I was saying before is this game does a great job at taking advantage of Saturn's hardware, because well, this one doesn't show it as well because it's mostly suspended in space, but the previous one, you practically had unlimited draw distance. You could see exactly where things were so long as they weren't, like, you know, objects that were sticking out of the ground, because the ground was just a 2D background which was getting distorted. And like all of the objects were actually polygonal things. In space, that's even easier because you don't have ground. But yeah, they were very smart putting this one together. There. Hell, I didn't even get hit. By the way, if you do happen to drop the bomb or like have it get exploded, they just replenish it. You don't get a mission fail or anything like that. The only way to really fail this is if you either die or the only way to really fail this is if you let well, you get killed, that's one thing, of course. Or let the timer run out. That's another thing.
Drop the Dodongo.
Wonderful. But yeah, oops. Ah, there we go. There she was.
Yeah, I heard that. Shit!
Shit!
I'm glad we chose this waifu.
For this boss, you gotta. Oh, now it has tentacles. You gotta destroy each part as it appears. I found out that it's easiest to just like circle around it this way, because if you do try to there we go. Oh, fun fact. You can, in the cutscenes, if you are close enough to the exploding enemy, you can see your model appear as a polygonal object, as opposed to a 2D pre-rendered object. They did it specifically for the cutscenes. It's like, they didn't have to do that. It's so small that barely anybody would notice that it's just a rotating 2D element, but they actually bother to replace your character as a 3D object for the cutscenes.
Mm.
But yeah, now we got Rot.
Planet Rot.
It means red. But yeah, this is
No.
This is
No,
one,
it's Planet Rot.
This is the one mission where we actually are going to be extensively using the bot. Everything is alright. So yeah, in this mission they made a stage which is not very conducive to using anything other than the mech form, because it's tight corridors, and also everything is arranged very neatly to take advantage of chain explosions.
This looks like a Doom level.
Right? It even controls like a Doom level. Like, it very much feels like what a Doom game would be like on a console.
Right.
In fact, I'm controlling it exactly how I would control a game like that. Oh, and there is like a useless feature. You can aim your guns when you're standing still. You can aim your gun when you're standing still and shooting, but like, ain't nobody got time for that.
God, that slowdown.
I love it. It's like one of those situations where slowdown is actually good because it adds to like the cinematic element. Like, fuck, you're already destroying everything. Who the fuck cares?
Walk away from the explosion like a badass.
Oh, and this is the worst enemy? Oh my god! I forgot that this thing was there.
He sneezes a lot.
Yeah, these things that throw blades are really annoying. Oh, and here, if you were to climb up, here, which is easiest done with the plane, you would find a waifu on this beam over here.
Just chilling there, you know.
Yeah, she's just there, doing her shady business. This place is easiest run through. Just ignore everything. And there we go. And here it's all set up for a chain explosion, which destroys everything over there. Oh, and this floor actually has like a falling ceiling, which is just a tad bit annoying.
Is it weird that I think this game is in the same universe as Hybrid Heaven?
Yes.
Because I think it is. Just saying.
I mean, the mechs are just as chunky as the ones in the Hybrid Heaven, I guess.
And plus, too, like, you're running and gunning and you can aim, even though there's really no point to aiming, and, like, you got to take a lot of fire bullets to the face to increase your fire resistance, you know? So, like...
That is not true, in fact.
That is, in fact, 100% true.
Oh, by the way, I believe they want you to fight this next boss on foot and like have a really hard time, but like we're just gonna very slowly hover around this stage like so, and it's going to be a breeze. It's half.
Can't believe you're fighting a giant Beyblade.
Giant Beyblade with like those like party thingamajigs, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it has a second phase though, where it becomes a spider. The spider,
man.
If you time the spider one very carefully, at the moment where it releases the spiderlings, you can do that. Because the spider, like the tiny spiders that it releases, which I haven't shown because I killed them all, count towards chain explosions. And you can just create a huge chain explosion right next to him if you just aim at him at right at that moment. It's great. I should also mention, there is a guide for this game, and it mentions something about waifus having waifu powers that you unlock when you level them up. But they're little secretive bitches, and they don't actually tell you what those powers are. Which I find is stupid, because it's like literally the only guy there is on the internet, and he tells you a lot of things in really good detail, but he's like, I will let you find out what those powers are. And I'm like, I have no fucking clue what those powers are. I have played this game 20 times.
Chinese.
Like, I don't fucking speak Japanese, and I don't think they even tell you in the game itself what those powers are. Like, fuck, just tell me. He does tell you for the jailbait. She has the power of loading the gun real quick. But, like all of the other ones, fuck if I know what they do. They give you different endings, yes, but other than that, I don't think that's the waifu power he's talking about, because, you know, they level up.
Clearly, Super Wars Judgment ripped off of Bulk Slash.
I mean, could be. This game came out in '97.
Well, I say that because of how SRWJ had, like, the waifu powers and shit.
Right. Yeah, let's do this stage. This is the last of the normal stages you can select before the final stage. And in this one, instead of destroying like standing targets, we have to fight walkers from Star Wars, which are somewhat annoying because they shoot this gigantic like gravity cannon, which follows you at your exact speed, which makes it so that you can like very easily just get hit and just continually get hit by them. Very annoying. Like so. And if you're like at just the wrong distance, you'll just be locked in getting hit. The waifu is next to this tree.
Which fucking one?
This huge one over here. Like,
Okay.
You know, the tree of Yggdrasil or whatever.
Okay, I was just because like you said that and there was like 30 trees on screen, so I was like,
Another one is here. There we go. By the way, I haven't been picking up any like health replenishers or whatever. You can find them just about everywhere in like destructible objects and enemies. Very few are actually like out on the field like this one. This is like a full recovery one. And it's good to pick them up as you are exploring the stage before the boss, because once the boss appears, everything explodes.
everything.
Yeah, everything. Like, all of the enemies explode, all of the objects explode, so you cannot replenish your health once the boss starts. Now, word advice about this boss, get to a hill. Now, this is the most 90s anime thing ever. You have a rival that's just your bot, but red.
That we can thank Gundam for that.
Now, the key to defeating this boss is getting to a place that has a hill or anything similar to it. Just go around in circles and hope for the best. You can fight him normally if you really hate yourself, because he's really quick. He's as quick as you are.
Well, his mech is red, which means 3 times faster.
Like, it is exactly your speed, so you can never really, like... You can never really catch up to him, but if you can get him stuck on, like, a building or whatever, which is easiest done between these buildings, and just keep, like, spamming rockets, you will win, and he's never gonna be able to hit you reliably.
Oh, by the way, Nico.
Yes?
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, go on. I wasn't gonna say
No.
anything.
Oh, I was gonna say, speaking of Gundam, you know what's funny?
Yeah?
You watched the movie trilogy recently, right?
Yes.
Frickin' Sunrise recently just put all 3 movies up for free on YouTube, like yesterday.
Well, I had them for... I at least got something out of my Netflix subscription, I guess.
Right.
Is it the English dub or the Japanese with subtitles?
I'm not sure, because whenever they do official dumps on YouTube, it's like random. Sometimes it's English dubbed, sometimes it's the sub.
Did you see how much damage I did with just that one?
Yes.
I wouldn't mind rewatching it with the dub, because I watched it with the subtitles.
The dub's pretty good. Some people make fun of it because it was the first Gundam dub ever made, but they have some really good casting choices in there. Like, they have Steve Bloom as Char, for example, and that was a really great casting choice.
Char is the best husbando. Okay, and now we're on the final stage.
Planet Blau.
Yeah, could never figure out what it could possibly mean. Oh, something
Yeah.
I didn't show before because there wasn't really an opportunity to do so. You can rotate the map, which is fun. You can zoom it in, you can zoom it out, and for maps with multiple levels, you can also check what's underneath. And all of these rectangular rooms streams don't necessarily have to mean that there are bosses in them or multiple. Don't be silly, right? Now this stage, it looks very complicated, but so long as you keep the rule of go up, go down, go up, go down, you'll be fine.
After this, do you want to watch that intercal between Gundam and Zeta that I was telling you about?
Yes.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite entries in the franchise. I really love it.
So yeah, this stage is relatively annoying if you try to like play it normally. You can just like also just like get into a mech and like the fly one and just like ignore everything. This is not how you're supposed to be doing this, but you know. The cylinders that you see here, you cannot actually defeat them. You have to just jump over them instead. They're like the only thing that's indestructible. But thankfully you can see them far away enough that it's not like death by fucking rendering distance or some shit. Although of course you won't see them if they're appearing from behind you. But yeah, now we're done with the maze, and now we can start the boss rush proper. The bosses in general are very easy. They can deal a lot of damage to you, but so long as you're
fucking rip that guy, you got annihilated.
Exactly. All of them give you a shield recover, thankfully. These boxes only contain points as far as I can tell. So, may as well pick them up. This next boss that appears after here is the only one that ever gave me trouble, but it was only because I was trying to fight him the normal way. I will show you what I mean. Like, he assaults you and he will, like, actually, like, get into the right position to, like, be right on top of you. What you need to do is, like, get behind him and, like, slash him from behind. He cannot do shit.
The Sonic 2 method.
There. Hardest boss in the game. Onion rings. Just like that. Normally the idea is that you use the explosives that are laid out and like wait for him to run straight into them and use the bot's grenade in order to set them off right as he's got. Fuck that shit. Now this dude, first of all, we need to change our speed to something reasonable and just deal with him the same way as we dealt with the other one. The only thing that's annoying about him is that he has a lot of things that will distract your targeting for like the first shot or so. But afterwards, it's like, you know, walk in the park once you've shot once. And we're at the final boss.
Evil waifu.
自分のやろうとしていることが分かっているのか？
ええ、もちろんよ。あなたも知っているはずよ、クレス。私を含めたブラウの人々が言われなき差別を受けていること。こんな世の中を変えるためには高い理想を持った指導者と。
Why is she piloting a Zone of the Enders mech?
Right.
違ってるよ、リーゼン。社会とは人々が互いに尊重し合い、モラルを高めていくことで変化するんだ。
それが可能なら、私はこんなところにいないわ。この聖戦を機に世界は変わるのよ。
聖戦だって。これが何億人もの人質を取り、恐怖によって他人に言うことを聞かせる。その先にあるのは恐怖政治だけだ。
やめて。なぜ分かってくれないの？どうして私を否定するの？あなたはクレス・ドーリーでしょ？
そうさ。そして君はリーゼン・ラビアだ。木漏れ日の下で 血を読むのが大好きなリーゼン・ラビアだ。こんなことをする人間じゃない。
そう、私はリーゼン・ラビア。ガルドナーズフォース第1級任務実行部隊特務隊長リーゼン・ラビア注意。あなたの敵なのよ。
リーゼン。
Okay, now after this scene, this is the one place where the guns actually come in handy, because you cannot really shoot her with the rockets through that shield reliably. Like your rockets will disperse before they can hit her. And now she has two dragon heads.
Yeah, no. That they should add this to Super Hot Wars. Come on now.
Exactly, like this is a fucking boss, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, you wanna finish this fight as quickly as you fucking can, because it gets ridiculous. The more it's more and more ridiculous the longer you allow it to go on.
クレス、クレス。
さあ、そこをどくんだ、リーゼン。
Farewell, evil waifu.
なんとかしたいのよ。ブラウの人々の苦しみやこの世の中のすべての苛立ちを。
今この瞬間にも30億を超える人間に死が迫ってる。君の理想とは歴史に悪名を残す大虐殺なんかじゃないはずだ。
そんなこと分かってるのに涙が。
リーゼン。
最終パスワード確認。
I always loved how they did like destructible elements in these old polygonal games. So
Yeah.
you take it fucking to pieces. So yeah, this is we got our The Sims crystal, and the game is done.
We don't have to enter the password?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I guess.
And of course, it's also in German,
Of course.
except for the word password, because I don't know.
リーゼンさんは
Maybe the German word for password is password.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
How do you know? You don't speak German.
No, but I speak a language that's very close to German, so there. Bitch!
Yeah, but like nobody knows German, so how could you know German?
But yeah, we get an ending FMV as well. And these
Still
Gundam
90s.
dudes found this guy. It's like, they look like fucking from Gundam. Am I right or am I right?
Yeah, they do.
こうしてアロイス・ガルドナーの野望はついえたのである。
なんだよ。やめろ。今度マルグリットをいじめたら許さないぞ。
父ちゃんに言いつけてやる。
もう遊んでやんねえからな。
Don't intervene or anything.
リーゼンがいじめたら
just watch.
僕が必ず助ける。
Look, kids are beating each other up.
So wait, evil waifu was our waifu when we were a kid?
Apparently, I don't know fucking Japanese. I only played this 20 times. I don't know what
Oh,
this
help
thing
the
is.
kid out! What the fuck?
私は毎日クレスに詩を読んであげるわ。
And they kind of sort of show it at the begin, like in the opening cutscene, I guess.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That was fun.
It is, right? And yeah, it's exactly one of those games where you just like it's short, but there is so much fun in mastering its controls and the level layouts and whatnot that it really doesn't matter. Like it makes you want to replay it. As opposed to something like Gundam versus Zeta Gundam, which you will never want to look at again after you've finished it. But yeah, somewhere in the credits you will see the red pop up, which I imagine that they have worked on some aspect of this game. Also, fucking, like, this guitar riff, like, right?
Oh yeah. 90s.
Oh, Hudson. And if we got enough love points, yes.
コロン、俺の永遠のパートナーになってくれないか。
嬉しいブレス。あ、ちょっと待って。あら、マイケルからだわ。
何？
アーノルド。うわー、ケビンにシルベスター。
シルベスターって。
ごめんブレス、私ちょっと用事が。
ちょっと。
So she dumps us at the end.
Yeah, I guess. Probably.
Wow. What the fuck?
All of the endings you get are mostly very silly, and I love them. Wonderful!
You didn't get bonus 3, what the hell?
And for completing the game, you get smut.
Ah. The real reason everyone's gonna play this game.
Yes. There you get more smut. They didn't even let me save the high score. What the fuck? Maybe I pressed the wrong button. Whatever. Maybe I didn't get a high score. Maybe that's what it was. In any case, I actually want to turn up the difficulty. And also, if you ever want to look up all of the smut that you have collected, this is where it is. Like,
Jesus Christ.
You can totally see the nip poking out from there. It's all there. And what makes it even more hilarious, you probably cannot see it on your end, but they specifically rendered all of these in like high resolution mode for the Saturn. So, you know, you get your extra crispy pixel waifus.
Yeah. High quality shit, yeah.
Yeah, the high quality, none of that 240p bullshit. You get your 480i waifus right there.
Jesus Christ. At least they were conservative about the little girl.
Yeah. Okay, we actually got to 3rd level with the shit waifu. That's what her official name is now, by the way.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, let us, now that I've changed the difficulty, I want to play as the jailbait.
Oh god. She looks like Rory, kinda.
She is supposed to be like a magic girl. Like not magical, like not Sailor Moon style, but like a witch or something. She's supposed to have some magical powers or some shit. But yeah, I actually want to get this stage out of the way first because that's the one that gets to be the most annoying. And also, if you happen to die, all of your points get reset. So, you know, if I'm gonna die... If I'm gonna die, then I may as well just do it on the first stage.
Right.
And there is no harm in that. So yeah, did you see how quickly that reset?
Yes. I'm getting a refill.
Yeah, go on.
何こいつ後ろよまっすぐ後ろよ巨大な力がターゲットが見えます後ろよ
Okay. So far, so good.
後ろよ何こいつ右左右左後ろよ右ターゲットが見えます後ろよ
Oh, and also this is the one mission where like the waifu navigation is kind of useless because all she does is she tells you where the ship is, as opposed to where your actual target is. Like, you know, of course the target is protecting the ship, but still, it's kind of distracting.
ターゲットが見えますまっすぐ右
Okay, but so long as it gets like close to here, we're pretty much home. Like we're pretty much safe because it's gonna launch into space any moment.
ファイヤーブラスター後ろよ
Like they cannot defeat it at this point.
I've returned. Have you died yet?
No, I have actually just beaten the stage, and now I'm gonna be fighting the boss.
How many
And-
times did you die?
Like just once.
I knew it.
But yeah, we'll see actually if the boss is any if the boss is actually any harder this way. I found that the key to defeating this guy is to not shoot at him when he is shooting the pellets. Don't shoot him when he's shooting lemons, because that's actually it's actually going to aim specifically for the lemons. Which on one hand is good, because that means those lemons aren't gonna hit you.
巨大な力が消えちゃえ
But she also hits so fucking... She also, like, shoots them so fucking fast, like, I can already shoot again, see? It's pretty insane.
ステージを選んで
Okay, and now we can do the rest of the game without any trouble. Also,
Wait.
something I should mention
Uh-huh.
is that your health, your health basically basically carries over between stages. You do get a recovery for like about 30% of your health after finishing a stage.
左まっすぐ
And
I
of
know why
course,
she reloads the gun faster.
there we go.
4個右
Like, see how fast?
Mm.
It is meant to be fucking insane.
It's because she's a kid, so obviously she's a gamer, which means she can reload guns faster than everybody else.
Yeah, she just switches to another gun. It's like it's just faster because it skips the animation.
まっすぐ
She knows what's up.
ターゲットが見えます
Mm-hmm.
まっすぐターゲット破壊あと2個シールドリカバー
Shield recover.
まっすぐターゲットが見えますまっすぐ直撃ターゲット破壊あと1個右まっすぐ
There we go.
ターゲットが見えます右後ろ
Oh,
よ
I missed it.
まっすぐターゲット破壊
There we
シ
go.
ールドリカバー
I do love that they show you that everything gets destroyed just as you finish the final target. It's pretty satisfying. Oh, and something I didn't mention when first fighting this boss, because we finished it so quickly. You can destroy certain parts of it and it will actually remove its weapons gradually. Like for example, at the beginning he can shoot rockets, but when you remove that part at the back of him, he will lose ability to do that. He also has like machine guns on his feet, which well, once you shoot them off, he's not gonna do that anymore. It's nice. Oh, and I also forgot when we were at stage 7, I didn't show off how you were to actually get her. The thing is, in order to get her, you need to first view all of the endings of all of the other waifus. Because she doesn't appear, she doesn't appear otherwise in the stage where she is supposed to be at.
So she's very blatantly your completion bonus.
Yes, like, you know, you have to beat the game normally before you get the super fun easy mode. Weirdly, it's similar to how it, like a little bit similar to how it was in freaking, what you call it, in Mega Man Legends. They had a similar thing where, like, you know, completing the game on the hardest difficulty unlocked the easy mode.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's not how. Why would you do that? One of my friends described it in a very like a very funny way. You need to earn your hand holding.
Yeah, man.
There.
These bosses are like super creative, by the way.
Right? Like, especially since they had to work with such like basic shapes. Like the robot games is like the one genre that didn't really suffer from primitive 3D graphics, because
Well, yeah,
and also
because they're supposed to be like square and bulky and shit. Like,
exactly. That's also one of those reasons why even on the PS2, pretty much all mech games run at 60 frames, because the models are relatively simplistic. Even if they like, they don't need to have high polygon count in order to look good. It's also really fun to just it's really also just fun to play as all the different waifus, to hear what they say in different situations.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, Evangelion is getting a reissue, so I gotta get on that.
On the Blu-ray?
Say what?
On the Blu-ray?
Yeah, on Blu-ray.
And which version is that? Is the original one, or?
It's the original. It's not the Netflix one, thank God.
Wait, what? Do you mean the because there is like a few versions. Like I know that there is two versions of the original, like the DVD version, the broadcast version, and yeah, the movies, of course.
It's the original DVD versions.
Okay, the ones from like 2004 or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know that that edition had like some fixes to animation quality.
Yeah, thankfully. But yeah, what I meant was this version has the original English dub and not the shitty Netflix dub.
I didn't know they they have redone the dub for the Netflix version. I didn't watch the Netflix.
They did, and everyone got pissed because of the changes they made.
Yeah, because as far as I know, the people overall really liked the original 90s dub.
Yeah. The Netflix dub also made a few changes to the script that nobody liked, me included.
I'm kind of scared to know what they could possibly change in this all-that show.
I'll give you the biggest one, okay?
Uh-huh.
The Netflix dub decided that Kaworu wasn't gay anymore.
What?
Yep. Just not allowed to be gay. Sorry.
But he's like, that was like, well, I'm not gonna say that that's his character, but it was so fucking out there.
It was like one of the big things, yes.
Because, you know, little known fact, being gay is not a character, you know, feature.
Oh my god, really? Holy shit.
But yeah, that was like one of the things that really stood out about the anime, is just they had that, and it was allowed to exist.
Yeah.
And that Shinji was way into it.
Oh yeah. But yeah, no, the Netflix dub decided, fuck that, who cares?
It's weird, especially since that's like, if anything, they should have. If anything, like with a modern dub, they would make these kinds of things more progressive, as opposed to regress it.
I mean, I don't know. Like, fucking... I don't think Netflix has any idea what progressive actually fucking even means after seeing their reboot of fucking Saint Seiya.
Can't say I have watched it, so...
Don't.
Yeah.
Bad.
It's one of those shows that if I were to watch it, I would probably just watch the 90s version.
Yeah, and credit to them, because after they did their shit reboot that nobody fucking liked, they dead ass were like, okay, we see people aren't digging this, so they straight up gave up on it, and they just dubbed all of the 90s show, and their dub of the 90s show is actually not bad.
Oh, nice.
That said, though, I will, because like the anime's not bad, but it started at like roughly the exact same time that the manga did, and you can really fucking tell.
Oh, so they were trying to like push it back until the manga can, like
Yeah,
get to this.
there's a lot of filler and a lot of stuff where they were like, "Oh, we know what the manga's gonna do here," and then the manga did not, in fact, do that thing. So they had to course correct.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, so, like, it's not bad, but I would say that overall the manga version is the better one.
Hmm.
And the manga is actually a pretty quick read too, all things considered.
So I've been going through the hard mode right now, and so far I am not noticing much of any difference, aside from I just noticed that the enemies are a lot more aggressive. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
They take a lot less time just dawdling around and figuring out where I'm going to be at in a few seconds. Which is a nice way to increase the difficulty as opposed to like, being
Obnoxious.
exactly. Oh. Oh, I know there's another one of her properties. When she picks up a gun, it doesn't use ammo.
Nice.
Like, normally these run out very quickly, so, like, you never really bother to use them. But she just straight up don't use ammo.
She uses her lowly powers to generate bullets for you.
She's magic. Sadly, this gun sucks. Okay, there is another new enemy. It wasn't there before. Yeah, the enemy that has like these blades coming out of it is the worst because it like these blades don't die with it. If that makes any sense.
The blades have a mind of their own.
Pretty
They
much,
act
like they
independently.
can. They survive after. Fuck off. There we go. Not dealing with you guys. But yeah, there are like the differences between the stages are minimal enough that you'll still know exactly where to go and whatnot. Like because the layouts don't change, but it's just significant enough that it changes how you need to play. Thankfully, the boss is a joke, so I don't need to worry about that part.
Right.
God, the blazer sucks. I really don't get why these things are here. There's like no way you're gonna get hit by them unless you're trying to get hit. But yeah, what you mentioned about the way that all of the bosses are really original, even though you fight them for the most part in a very similar way, like their patterns are all completely different. Oh, this is way different from before. He doesn't shoot like pellets and bullets. He instead shoots rockets this time. Interesting. So
But
there
it
are
will not
actually
save
changes
him.
in the bosses, just not in the way of earning, like not in the way of them getting more health or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is my preferred type of change, because fuck, like giving bosses more health than they already have. Oh, and if he were to live long enough, there is this really cool attack that he does, where he shoots a laser in front, left, right, and upwards, upwards and backwards of him. So when he climbs around, it's just like there is lasers in all directions. It's really cool.
Damn.
But he generally doesn't live long enough to do that. See the gravity cannon over there? We just... he just missed.
Man, if the Nadesco were in this game, it'd be over.
Right? Because they would have two of them at once. And then they would like do a double attack out of fucking nowhere.
Right.
Fucking Nadesco, right? It's like the gravity cannon was just the MVP of that entire game.
It was, and then it got upgraded.
And the other one that you get, it's just such a waste of space.
Yeah, the Archangel from Seed. Fucking sucks.
Like, it only had one cannon. It wasn't even as long as the one from Nadesco.
No.
And it did less damage with each one. It's like, why do you even exist? Oh damn it, I didn't pick up health. This is gonna be a little bit more difficult.
Have fun dying, Nico.
I mean, this stage is like 2 minutes long, so it's whatever. See how he gets stuck on buildings? Yeah, his AI just does not comprehend spaces like these. And if you are trying to like fight him in mid-air, which I believe this is what they want you to do, this fight is insane. It's like you can never catch up with him. He can ram into you out of fucking nowhere, and the camera will just actively kill you because like you always aim straight towards him, and then he's ramming into you, and you're going towards him when the camera changes. So it's like the worst thing that you could possibly do.
Right. So, question.
Yes.
What's your favorite mecha show? I'm curious.
King Gainer.
Oh wow, really?
Like out of like it depends what kind of mecha show you mean. But
Oh, just in general.
Just in general, King Gainer was the one that I've enjoyed a lot.
Ah.
I like Brain Powered a lot, and
yeah.
of course Evangelion, but everybody likes Evangelion, so that's like, you know.
And to think the same
Super
guy
Robot Monkey
who,
from Hyperforce Go as well.
and to think the same dude who made Gundam also made Brain Powered and King Gainer.
Oh, I'm getting close to death. And so
My favorite is Megas XLR.
That is also a good choice. I wasn't really thinking of the American-made ones.
Well,
mean-
Super Robot Monkey Team's an American made on.
It's a confusing territory because it's like the director it's like Teen Titans as well.
Yeah.
Teen Titans is it even has like Super Robot Monkey Team even has the same director as Teen Titans actually.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, even had some of the similar voice actors.
Well, yeah, because like fucking Scott Menville shows up as that one fucking android in like season 3. So.
But yeah, apparently the story with Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go was that Disney were like, we gotta jump in on that like whole anime made in America shtick.
Yeah.
Like, you know, what Teen Titans was about.
Right.
But we're gonna do it at no budget.
And then the show lasted 4 seasons, and Disney decided they didn't like the show anyway, and they canned it right before the ending. Fuckers.
And I may be saying that, but I actually really like for those like, of course you know it because we talked about this show a lot.
Yeah.
But for anybody who may be listening, which I don't know if there are because I know that the YouTube stats are weird. But I really love Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. I didn't say it just ironically. I think that the show is great, even though it was made on a shoestring budget.
Oh yeah.
Like, there is it's one of those shows that just goes into nightmare fuel territory all the damn time, and I love it.
Every trailer was like, look at the cute monkeys beating up bad guys, isn't it great? And then you watch the show and it's like, oh my god. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
or just like you get like you're watching it at the beginning and it's just like, oh cool, they're like having ice cream and doing silly shit, and then it's just like they're spoofing a horror movie from the 80s. By the way, hard mode is kind of kicking my ass, and I kind of like it.
But yeah, no, that, like, Monkey Team definitely should be in SRW at some point. Like, come on. It's never gonna happen because Disney wants to pretend the show never happened, but, you know.
Oh, damn it. Oh, this may end.
Just-
Oh, yeah.
Oh. She
Oh.
face palms at you. You
You're
fucking
right.
idiot. But yeah, just like how Cartoon Network wants to pretend that Megas XLR never happened, even though that show was like immensely popular.
I never understood that. There is not a single person that disliked that show.
Right. It's all because the head of Cartoon Network at the time didn't like the show. That's the only reason it got canned.
And it's not even like you may say that from the point in time the show could be seen as like offensive to somebody. It really isn't.
No, it's not at all.
Because like if anything, like you know, there is also always going to be the point that like it didn't like have a good portrayal of women, but it actually did.
Yeah.
Like Kiva was the most competent person on the team. Jamie was the worst character ever, and he was so good at it, and he never got any.
He was the chick of the group, to put it in like terms, yeah, like cliche terms, yeah.
Right? He was the one who would literally sabotage most missions, also for his own gain or for his out of his own stupidity. It was brilliant.
Plus, you know, the show's got body positivity going for it. Coop was fat, so like, and he was proud of it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll never forget like the final episode where he's giving the big bad his speech, and he's like, "And worst of all, you made me skinny." It was so good.
I wanted to watch. I wanted to watch that show so badly with my boyfriend, but like we got through most of it, and then we couldn't find the rest of the episodes.
Aww.
Yeah, it's so sad.
And it's never gonna get a DVD release.
No, and that sucks. The only place where it's still like available is, I believe on like iTunes. You can download the episodes.
Hmm.
Oh, also another way you can fight this boss, which is very ineffective, is to shoot him in the face. Very slowly and ineffectively, or you can just jump behind him and do this, and never get
Right.
hit. Because like he can actually shoot you here, but your sword actually functions as a counter shot, so it's just going to deflect everything.
Star Wars, baby. Otsugeki.
Is it me, or is he taking more hits than before?
He is.
Yeah. I didn't notice any new attacks, but the previous guy was definitely a lot tougher than before.
Ah.
Okay.
Ah.
クレスなの
It's gonna be the
Listen.
same, so I'm just gonna... do you wanna skip it?
自分のやろう
Yeah,
としてい
skip
る
it.
のが分かっ
Yeah, they actually let you skip the dialogues in this old-ass game.
Dialogue skip. Since when?
Also, I always really loved how in these old Saturn games, they always have such high quality for the like the playback on the voiceovers and stuff.
Mm.
Because they just play them back from like the Red Book audio on the CD. The only disadvantage is in cutscenes. If you skip anything, you're skipping the entire dialogue. Because they don't play as tiny sound files. It's all a continuous sound file.
Right.
That's how they did it in Panzer Dragoon Saga, which is why they also, instead of well, actually, Panzer Dragoon Saga did two things. You could skip pieces of dialogue, but that would disable the voice acting. And instead of skipping pieces of dialogue, you could just speed up the voice acting. They actually
Everyone
thought of
motor
that.
mouths.
Yeah, it's like that's so smart. And and it would be fun to have that as a feature for a lot of games. I remember Last Story also did something similar. You could speed up cutscenes instead of skipping them.
涙が出なくなる薬知ってるよ
Just like fast forward them. There we go.
スペートフェストの脅威が消えた時
Oh, and also, as far as I recall, the waifu points, they stay so long as you continue. Your score for completing the playthrough, that will get reset if you happen to die. But according to the FAQ that I've seen,
こうしてアロイス・ガルドナーの野望はついえたのである
yeah, the waifu points should stay so long as you continue.
Gotcha. This again.
父ちゃんに言いつけてやる。
もう遊んでやんねえからな。
There are like the two archetypes of bullies from anime. The one with lips and the other one who's skinny.
僕が必ず助ける。
Yes.
使うよ。
Lips and skinny. Those should be like bulk and skull.
Right.
Fish lips
Gulk
and
and
twig.
Bull.
じゃあ私は毎日クラスに詩を読んであげるわ。
Freeze frame, lower resolution, play credits.
Freeze frame.
But yeah, we got 2 playthroughs in. It was fun.
Yeah. Good game.
Yeah, and I'm definitely gonna play it more in the future for funsies, because yeah, it's just like what's there not to enjoy?
Right.
I do hope that we get the ending for this one. Then I would be able to confirm if dying resets your waifu points. Ah, we got the ending.
流れ星。ねえ、パパママ、流れ星だよ。私初めて。
Her hair's different. Oh, or is that your kid?
しかし、
Yes.
マナは本当にその格好が好きだな。
マナったらこの服以外は着ようとしないのよ。
So they fucking got married
この服
and had a child.
の匂いがするの。
When she was like 13.
12.
Jesus.
Oh, do we get more smut? Do we get? Good.
Good.
Like, I will give them that. They didn't make smut of the little girl at all.
Yeah, that's good on them for that one.
Because we know that Japan would not stop themselves from that on average.
No, they would not.
Like, you know, with all other ones, it's kind of whatever. Because they're like 8, like as far as I remember from the menu, we could always just check, because of course they list the most important character features, such as their age.
Of course.
Okay, 16. But you do get married with her if you win. Let's see, she's 18. She's 16 as well. 22.
Lupia rude.
Rude. She steals a car, by the way, in her ending. She's 19, and as to confirm, she's 12.
Well, knew it.
What?
Wow. That sucks.
What?
Fucking, it says 12. That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, you know, they I don't know. It's Japan. Let's just be hopeful and assume they stayed friends for like at least 10 more years before they got married.
Right.
And also, I don't know what the age of the main character is, and I'm not gonna check. It's probably somewhere on the internet. But whatever.
You pull it up. Turns out he's 11.
Even worse. It's like fucking reverse anime logic. Oh, here it shows how you would normally meet the basic bitch lady.
レオネローデス2層ただいま到着しましたクレス助けに来たよ
And each one of them gets a cutscene like that.
発進します前方ですすごい
But yeah, that will be it. That will be it for this stream. It was a lot of fun showing you this game. It's a real shame that this didn't like make it to the US because like fuck, you don't really need to even change much of anything, right?
Right.
Like there is barely like okay, there is a lot of voice lines, but the game is very short.
Yeah.
And you don't really have to translate any of the UI anyway. It's all in English anyway.
And if you wanted to save money, you could pull a Voltron and just have every girl voiced by one chick.
Exactly.
All of them.
Just like varying degrees of voice modulation. Have them all sound like drag queens.
Oh.
Oh god, that episode. Just beautiful tragedy. Okay, thank you everybody for watching. From what it seems, it's nobody right now, but I don't believe YouTube stats, so I'm just going to assume there is like 50 people there. So there.
Oh yeah, man.
Totally, that would totally happen on my stream. Okay, have a nice day.
But